Hey, Alan, could you come over here for a second? It's regarding the incentive trip. Can I ask you to cancel? Cancel? But why? John, the sales manager, thinks it'd be a better idea for us to fly to Hawaii instead. So we're no longer going to go on that trip that you organized. Hold on a minute. It's so last minute and...
Trouble Busters!
It's nice to see you today. How are you? I'm good.
Alan, why are you so nervous? You need to relax. Let's enjoy dinner.
Well, so Alan, tell me, how was work going? It's, going pretty well. By the way, do you like bubble tea? I do. In fact, I love it. I see. I wonder what he's trying to assess with that question.
You both need to relax a little. Have a bit more to drink. That ought to loosen you up.
Is he angry about something? I can't tell what his facial expression means. I think I've had enough drinks for one night. I need to slow down. Do you have work tomorrow? I don't want to keep you too late.
You two are so boring.
How about we order some tea then? I wonder what he's thinking right now. It's really hard to tell. What should I do? What's so funny?
I find it hilarious that you're so nervous about everything tonight.
I'm fine. I'm not nervous. Are you sure about that? Because you seem nervous. I'm really not. I wish Helen's father would stop glaring at me. His stare is frightening, and it makes me want to wet my pants. To be honest, I wanted to go home because I wasn't enjoying the evening at all.
Do you want me to guess what you're thinking right now?
What?
I bet you're thinking that you want to go home.
Of course not. Why would you think that?
I was right. You're too easy. When you lie, you always touch the tip of your nose, which is how I can tell.
You're so perceptive. So, you want to go home then? Oh no. Helen's father is red with fury. I hope that he doesn't start yelling at me. Helen's wrong. I don't want to go home. I'm having a lovely time tonight. I can't believe that Helen would try to embarrass me in front of her father. A little bit after that, we decided to call it a night and went home. It's not like Helen's father ever did anything to me, but I was intimidated by his aura, and I was always nervous around him. I wonder what made him so threatening. Maybe his face? And he was always very quiet and would only speak when he really needed to. It was difficult to tell how he felt about things. I feel really overwhelmed whenever I need to see him, and if work is stressful too. It's just too much for me. I can't handle the stress of both at the same time. Hey, Alan. Oh, what do you need, Kevin? Have you finished a task that I gave you earlier? I'm sorry, but I need a little more time to work on it. When I give you something to work on, I expect you to handle it in a timely manner. And here are some other tasks I want you to get done. Thanks. Okay, I'll work on them. It's not like I forgot about my tasks. I was just busy doing other stuff. Why was I swamped with so much work? It didn't seem fair. One more thing, Alan. What is it, Kevin? Could I ask you to organize this year's incentive trip? I thought that you were in charge of that. I'm too busy to handle it, so if you could take care of it, I'd appreciate it. I like how you never say no to anything. That's a good quality to have at the workplace. I'm counting on you. I realize why I was so busy these days. It's because my manager, Kevin, dumped all of his work onto me. So, I decided that I was going to say no this time. Kevin, I'm sorry, but I have a lot on my plate right now, and I won't be able to organize the incentive trip. Oh, please don't say that, Alan. I really need your help with this. You're the only one I can ask. Kevin wouldn't give in, but neither would I. I was adamant about my decision. I guess you're not going to change your mind about this. I have no choice but to plan the trip myself then. Why does a manager have to plan the trip? We managers are busy as it is. Can't a new grad take care of it? I was relieved that Kevin gave up in the end. By the way, Alan, what is it? I'll be the main organizer of the trip, but could you help me a little, please? I could really use the help from you. Okay, sure. Thank you so much. Oh, you've made my day. I was certain that you would say yes. After saying yes to Kevin, I was a little worried that I was going to end up doing more work than I signed up for. A few days later, Alan, do you have a minute? What is it, Kevin? I need your advice on something. I'm listening. I hoped that Kevin wasn't going to involve me in something troublesome. I've decided on the destination of the incentive trip, but I haven't been able to find a decent hotel. Would you be able to help me with that? I found a few nice hotels, but they were all fully booked. The days of the trip overlap with the holiday season, so I guess that makes sense. And it's a popular tourist destination too. Kevin didn't think things through carefully. If he wanted to plan the trip at a popular destination, he should have started looking for hotels weeks ago. Do you think that you'll be able to find anything? You're the only one that I can rely on. Okay, give me some time then. I knew that I could count on you. Thanks so much, Alan. I had a secret solution that I didn't want to use unless it was absolutely necessary, but it looked like Kevin was really stuck, so I decided to help him. A few minutes later, I was able to book a hotel. Oh, really? That's amazing, Alan. I hope it's not one of those mediocre hotels where there's a bed and no decent service. Our senior manager John's coming to this event as well, so I want everything to be perfect. I was able to reserve a Japanese-style luxury hotel, so you have nothing to worry about. Wow, that's really great. Thanks for your hard work, Alan. Good job. I knew that you'd you'd come through. You always do. I'm glad that I asked for your help. I'm glad to have been of service. How were you able to reserve the hotel, though? Everything was booked the last time that I checked. Either way, I'm glad that it all worked out. Now I have nothing to worry about. I'm so looking forward to this incentive trip. I thought that was the end of planning the incentive trip, but it wasn't. 3 days before the trip, something terrible happened. Hey, Alan, could you come over here for a second? What do you need, Kevin? It's regarding the incentive trip. Yes? Can I ask you to cancel? Cancel? But why? John, the sales manager, thinks it'd be a better idea for us to fly to Hawaii instead. So the destination has been changed to Hawaii. What? John knew someone that got us a reservation at a fabulous hotel in Hawaii. I should have just asked John for help with the planning instead of going to you first. So we're no longer going to go on that trip that you organized. Hold on a minute. It's so last minute and... But it's already been decided. It's 3 days before the reservation. It's too late to cancel. The hotel that I reserved was doing me a favor by giving us those rooms. And I'm sure that the hotel's already placed orders for the food to be served to us. Not only is it a terrible thing to do to the hotel, but I'm sure that we'd had to pay the cancel charges as well. Are you going to pay the charges then? Oh, you never told me about the cancel charges. You should have informed me when you made a reservation in the first place. Well, it's common sense. If we're canceling at the last minute, we're obligated to pay the charges. And I'm sure that I told you about the cancel charges when I made the reservation too. The rule at the hotel is that cancel charges apply from 3 days before the reservation date. I don't remember you telling me that though. I did, and I even emailed you afterwards so that you wouldn't forget. See? Here's the email that I sent you. Look, this isn't my fault. Our senior manager made the change. I'm sure that even if we cancel our reservation, someone else will reserve the rooms. Just give the hotel a call and tell them about the cancel. I'm sure that they'll be fine with it. We reserved 30 rooms. I don't think that other customers will reserve the rooms so last minute. This is a huge problem. Well, deal with it, Alan. It's your job to do so. John really wants to go to Hawaii. I couldn't say no to that. If you have any issues with this, you need to take it up directly with John. That's not fair, Kevin. I did this for you. After that, Kevin left me and made me deal with the situation on my own. I couldn't believe that John and Kevin were canceling on me at the last minute. It can't do this. How was I supposed to explain it to the hotel?
Alan, are you all right?
Oh.
What's going on?
Hey, Melanie. I'm in a lot of trouble.
I can tell from the way that you're so distressed. Tell me what happened.
Well...
Does it have anything to do with Kevin? He relies on you too much.
Actually, it does. You know how I was helping him organize the incentive trip? Melanie and I were the same age, and we joined the company together as new graduates. My wife Helen also joined the company as a new graduate at the same time as us, but she resigned after we got married. Helen and I are close friends with Melanie because of the time that we've known each other at this company. Melanie's usually very shy, but when you get to know her, she can be pretty chatty.
I have something to tell you.
What is it?
What Kevin told you about the incentive trip is a lie.
Really? How do you know?
I overheard a conversation between Kevin and John the other day.
Tell me. I'm listening.
John had asked Kevin to plan the trip to Hawaii in the first place. John had already booked the hotel weeks ago, but then Kevin forgot about that and asked you to plan the trip and selected a different destination.
So Kevin caused all of this chaos because of his forgetfulness?
This morning, John asked Kevin about the trip, and that's when he remembered that he didn't have to ask you to find a hotel. He realized that he'd made a big mistake.
Some people seem to think that we're not going to Hawaii for the incentive trip. Do you know what's going on? Well, I'm sure that it's just rumors. Could you please let everyone know that we're going to Hawaii this year? I don't want any confusion. Yes, I will. I'll make sure to clear up this misunderstanding. I'll spread the word that this year's destination is Hawaii. Okay, great. Thanks for taking care of this, Kevin. Oh, shit. I didn't need to ask Alan to reserve that other hotel. I need to get Alan to cancel the reservation that he made. I'll have him take care of it right away so that John doesn't find out about the mistake that I made. How dare he? He should have owned up to his mistake then.
I totally agree. It was wrong of him to deceive you like that.
I was doing Kevin a favor by reserving that hotel. How could he do this to me? This is unforgivable. What was I supposed to do now? First things first, I needed to apologize to the hotel about the last minute cancel. I made a phone call to the hotel reluctantly. I'm so sorry about this. I know that you went to a lot of trouble to secure all those rooms for us. What are you talking about? I'm calling about canceling the 30 rooms for the day after tomorrow. Huh? We'll pay the cancel charges. I just wanted to apologize for causing so much trouble, but I think that it'll take us some time to pay the charges. Please give us a little time. I'll make up for this, I promise. This wasn't my fault, but because I couldn't rely on Kevin, I was going to pay the cancel charges myself. I was the one that made a reservation, so I couldn't say that I had no responsibility in the matter. The owner of the hotel was Helen's father, and I didn't want him to think of any less of me either. But the cancel fees for 30 people was a lot of money for one person to pay. It would take me some time to come up with the money. You want me me to wait. Yes, I'm sorry to have to ask you this. You're canceling on me at the last minute when I did you a favor, and now you're going to make me wait for the cancel charges? Does any of this sound fair to you, Alan? I'm in complete agreement with you there. I'm really sorry about this. Please know that was not my intention, though. I'm going to try my very best to get you the money ASAP. Tell me the reason for this last-minute cancel. I'm not going to hang up until you give me an explanation. Well, I told Helen's father everything that had happened with Kevin. Helen's father listened to me without interrupting me once. I was worried about how he was going to react after I told him the full story. I bet he was going to get really angry. I didn't blame him, though. I'm not pleased with the reason that you gave me. I'm really sorry about all this. This is outrageous. Again, I'm in complete agreement with you. Don't assume that they'll be able to get away with this. You'll be hearing from me soon. And then, Helen's father hung up the phone on me. Oh, I'm really looking forward to going to Hawaii tomorrow. This is my first overseas trip, and Hawaii sounds wonderful. I've always wanted to go there. I see. I'm sure that you'll have a great time. The other employees are very excited too. Well, this is my way of thanking all of them for their hard work. I want everyone to relax and have a great time in Hawaii. That's so thoughtful of you. I'm sure that everyone's going to have such a nice time in Hawaii. I can see you being promoted again soon. You have so much charisma. You're making me blush, Kevin. Kevin, I need to speak with you. What is it that you need, Alan? By the way, John, Alan helped me organize this year's incentive trip. I see. Thank you for making the time to do that, Alan. I can only imagine what a busy schedule you might have. It was my pleasure, John. I have a question for Kevin. What is it that you want to ask me, Alan? It's about the cancel charges. Cancel charges? What cancel charges are you referring to, Alan? This is the first time for me to hear about it. Alan, can I talk to you in private for 1 minute, please? What's going on, you two? This will only take a minute. Excuse us. Okay. You want to talk in the conference room? Yes, okay. I didn't want you to bring up the cancel charges in front of John. Why not? He has every right to know. I want this incentive trip to go perfectly. There's no need to involve John in the small issues. We can deal with those ourselves. If John finds out that there are cancel charges involved because he changed the destination to Hawaii at the last minute, he'll feel responsible. There's no need to make him feel bad. It's our job to clean up the mess. Are you really telling me the truth? What do you mean by that? I heard from someone that John asked you to plan the incentive trip with the destination being Hawaii in the first place. And I'm sure that he mentioned that he had already secured a hotel in Hawaii through an acquaintance. Where did you hear something crazy like that? That's not the point. How are we going to pay for the cancel charges of the hotel that I reserved? I told you that I wasn't going to pay it. Just ignore the charges and the hotel will eventually give up. Don't you feel bad at all about what we did to that hotel? Let me say this. We are the customers and we are important to their business. They won't screw around with us. You have nothing to worry about. If you're so concerned though, I suggest that you pay the charges then. Okay, fine. If you say so. So you're going to pay the charges then? That's not what I meant. I meant that I understand where you're coming from.
Kevin, long time no see. How have you been?
Helen, what brings you to our office? Helen's my witness. I wanted another person to listen in on your opinions about the matter.
Actually, I brought one more person with me. Dad, come on in.
What? I was surprised to find out that Helen's father had been hiding in one of the empty cardboard boxes in the room. I had no idea that you were in this room. What a trick!
It's simple but brilliant, right? I'm a stage director. This is my thing.
Uh-huh. You didn't like it? I loved it. Truly. Great trick. Alan, who is this and why is he at our office? What's going on here? Explain it to me. Why did you let Helen and this man listen in on our private conversation? Did you hire this man to try to force me to pay the cancel charges? I'm going to call the police. You shouldn't have brought this man to our office. Go ahead and call the police. Okay, I'm calling their number now. This man doesn't work for the mafia, if that's what you're thinking. Well, he sure looks like someone in the mafia. This is Helen's father, meaning that he's my father-in-law. He's also the owner of the hotel that I reserved for our incentive trip. Oh. What brings you to our office?
My father is here to collect the cancel charges from you. You'll pay the charges, right, Kevin?
Well, you see, so you're not paying me the money then?
You should be careful when my father is really angry about something. You could be in danger, Kevin.
All right, I'll pay the cancel charges. Are you happy now? So please, don't be angry anymore.
Okay, that'll be $15,000 then.
That's a considerable amount. I can't have this scary-looking man mad at me, though. He could take my life for all I know. I had no idea that you were doing all this behind my back. I'm so disappointed in you, Kevin. John, were you listening to our conversation as well?
I asked him to come to this conference room. Thanks for your help with this, Melanie. My pleasure. It's nice seeing you.
Melanie, you did this? I told you about my idea of taking everyone to Hawaii as part of this year's incentive trip. That was 6 months ago. And you told me that it was a great idea and that you were on board. That's why I reserved that hotel in Hawaii. You were completely aware about this. That's right. This is my mistake. I did this all on my own. And I can't believe that you tried to cheat your way out of not paying the cancel charges. I'm so sorry about this. I'm not the one that you should be apologizing to. Everyone, I'm very sorry for being so selfish and causing you so much trouble. Kevin, by the way, what is it, Alan? You also need to pay for the cancel charges for the train tickets that I reserved as well. Oh no, do I have to pay for that as well? What else is there? Do you have any issues with that, Kevin? No, I don't. I'd be more than happy to pay. Please don't hurt me, though. Kevin doesn't seem to understand that Helen's father only looks frightening. He's actually a pretty nice guy. Kevin had to come up with the money to pay the huge cancel charges. The only way that he could do that was by borrowing $20,000. At first, he tried to use his wife's money, but they found out and stopped him. Once his wife and daughter found out about what Kevin had done, not only did his wife refuse to help him out, but she filed for a divorce. On top of everything else, Kevin was ordered to pay child support payments for his daughter. He had to take on even more debt, and he was in a lot of financial trouble. At work, I see him eating a lunch that consists only of bean sprouts, and I feel a little sorry for him. He was also demoted because of what he had done. As for the rest of the employees, we fully enjoyed our trip to Hawaii. John felt really bad about what happened with Helen's father's hotel this year, so he promised to hold a company event there soon. I'm so sorry for all the trouble that I caused you in the hotel. Is he really angry again? I couldn't tell from his expression. What should I do now? I hope he doesn't yell at me.
It wasn't your fault, Alan. You were only trying to help Kevin out. My father's not angry either, so you can put it behind you and forget it ever happened.
Are you sure about that?
My father wants to go out drinking, just the three of us.
Did he really say that just now? Do you not want to?
Are you scared of going out drinking with me? Does my face scare you? That's what my father's saying to you.
How do you do it? How do you understand what your father wants to say?
I'm his daughter. I'm telepathic, too.
Telepathy?
Yes, when my mother was still alive, she was the one that read my father's mind, but now that she's gone, I do it instead. My father may appear to be threatening, and most people are scared of him, but he's actually really sweet, like a hamster.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. If I imagine your father to be a cute little hamster, it'd make it much less nerve-wracking for me to have a conversation with him.
He was angry about the cancel charges, but not at you. He was livid with Kevin.
I see. Thanks for clearing that up, Helen. I'm glad that I know this now.
Father doesn't want you to be scared of him. He wants to get to know you better.
I wish you had told me all this sooner.
I enjoyed seeing you so nervous from my father.
That's so mean of you.
I was only teasing.
Well, it wasn't funny. Hey. Yes, did I say anything to offend you?
You didn't, it's just that your voice was too loud, is what my father is saying.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm still trying to get over the fact that your father's personality and appearance are so different.
My father wants you to buy him a bag of potato chips.
Okay, my pleasure. Nope, you don't need any potato chips. What is your father trying to tell me now?
I'm not sure. Sometimes my telepathy doesn't work.
Helen!
I'll let you two talk directly then. Bye now.
Wait, don't go! Why is your father chasing you too? I don't get it. When he doesn't speak, he really looks like he could be in the mafia, which is terrifying for me.
This looks like fun. I'm going to join you guys in what my father's saying now.
The more the merrier, right? All of the employees came back from the incentive trip refreshed, and through the incident with Kevin, I became close to Helen's father. Everything turned out okay in the end, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm going to try harder to get to know Helen's father even better. Trouble busters! Hold on. Huh? You're making that scary face again. Please don't chase me around like this.
This is so much fun. My father says that he loves playing tag, and once he catches you, he's going to give you a big hug.
I need trouble busters to come and rescue me from the situation. Help! Please, hurry, trouble busters!